Okay, as expected, it's very rainy today. The water is sort of muddy, but not real colored up. I thought it would be a little worse out here at this lake, so that's good news. You know, part of me says I normally wouldn't fish in days like this, but just a couple months ago I was fishing all day in the rain and had one of my best days trout fishing ever. So I don't know what to expect. I've never really done much fishing here at this lake. If I do, it's usually in a canoe, and it's just sort of, you know, trying to catch a few bass while we're out paddling. So I got 4 or 5 different ideas on how we might be able to catch some fish today. I've got the ifsh Air out again. I do have a fluoro leader on, and we're starting with the Blue Fox minnow spin. And then because the water has a good bit of color to it, I'm going to be using L7 attractant from Dynamic Lures as well. I've used it a couple times and it seems to make a difference, so we'll see if that doesn't help. So spend a couple hours out here in the rain. Wish me some luck. Here's the L7 attractant, and just paint a little bit on here. I really thought I'd probably be the only person out here, but there is somebody down at the dam. He says he hasn't caught anything yet. So I haven't seen a part of the day yet where it's not raining, but it goes between heavy rain and then this little light shower. Okay, Dynamic Lures HD trout. You know, I really haven't thrown this lure much, maybe at all, in a lake in still water. And so it looks like this, with the hooks I have on it, it's got a very slow sink right now. Which means I can let it sit a little bit longer. It's almost suspending. Well, we didn't get skunked. We didn't get skunked. A little largemouth had to give him a shot. Little guy, maybe the smallest one of the year. Okay. Now we've got the Kitech Fat Swing Impact. Okay. I just don't fish the lake very often. I usually go hit the streams and stuff like that.
Oh,
so
okay.
You got one already?
Yeah.
Nice.
Power bait.
Power bait? Yeah. Nice. Well, I was ready to switch over to basically a Ned rig with the donkey tail anyway, so. Okay, so the gentleman who showed up just after I did, he's already got one on power bait, which means they're on the bottom or near the bottom. So I'm gonna go to idea number 4 that I had, which is basically fishing the mule fishing donkey tail pretty much as a Ned rig. So let me get that rigged up and see if that doesn't change our luck a little bit. Now, just because I'm switching over to bottom presentation with a Ned rig style, doesn't mean I'm giving up on trout, actually. The first trout I caught this year, so I caught 3 of them back in January. I don't think I did a video of that. It was on a Ned rig, and it was just something I wanted to try. Oh, I had a hit. That was a hard hit. It was hard, short strike. I'm guessing it was a bass. I'll have to check the video. That felt like it pulled me down and actually hit the camera with the rod. It was that hard of a hit. Another little guy. Got my donkey tail all twisted up. You know, I don't think there's a lot of baits that look like this. So, you know, it could be something different that the fish haven't seen, and then you get into these busier, higher pressured areas. You give small profile, maybe a little bit different look than what they've seen. For anybody who might be wondering why I don't throw the Hellgrammite on, I don't think I brought any with me. I know I just said the other day, should I ever go out without it? But, you know, I want to make this if I fished with the Hellgrammite every single day, probably no doubt that would be the bait that I'd catch the most fish on, right? So I'm going to move over to the other side of the lake. Power bait guy, I think, just caught another one. So power bait's working, but I'm going to head over to the other side of the lake, see if I can't catch someone at this point. There's really no easy way to get directly there, so I got to go through a little bit of traffic to get to the other side of the lake. So I haven't been over here since they redid this bridge. There's a whole walkway in here. But yeah, they put in some nice rocks, and there's almost got to be some fish in this corner. A little bit of water flowing in. Better watch you step across these. Ooh. I tell you what, this is an awesome setup that they've put in here for people to fish. And I'm guessing that for the most part, you're not going to catch me fishing here unless it's crappy weather like this. That spells spinnerbait time. Because the water's pretty stained, I'm going with black and or chartreuse and black, but dual blade with the little chartreuse kicker blade there. Just trying to get a little bit of extra color. Be nice if we could pick up a few fish. The only couple of things that I've caught have been bass. Somebody's bobber. Oh, come on. Yeah, it's funny, like I saw that bobber sitting there. He's probably using stronger line than I am. Oh. Since I only got a couple casts with the last spinnerbait, tied on another one, something similar. I only had one of that type, but I put a Z-Man finesse shads. Tried a different trailer on this. I'm wondering if it, yeah, that works. I don't know, at this point I'm debating, like, do you try to go to catch a few more, or do you just try to catch one nice big fish? This almost has me wanting to run out to the other lake on the way home, just to see if it's as dead or not. Pull that big trailer off. I don't know for sure, but I sort of feel like this is a big old mud flat. So I'm going to do a quick test. I'm going to stop by the other lake there where I had the 25 plus fish that I caught the other day on a spinnerbait mostly. I'm going to stop by there just for a few minutes and just take a few casts and see if anything's hitting there. See if it's the weather, the day, maybe the bait, or if it's this lake, because I've never been a big fan of it. Okay, I don't know if that shows up. It's 4 o'clock, right? So, hey Google, set an alarm for 4:30.
Sure, your alarm's set for 4:30 p.m.
Okay, so that gives me just under half an hour. So let's see if I can catch anything out here. It's definitely been a slow day. It's so anyway, wish me luck. I had a bite on the first cast. There we go. I didn't bring a net, I didn't bring my backpack. It's just Let's see if we can use this same bait, catch some fish out. Oh. I think it was like a carbon copy of the first one. Ooh. Oh, there we go. So I don't necessarily know. I mean, you know, it's hard to keep track of how long I've actually been going, and am I moving fast enough to fish this whole bank. Then I get these kind of things where I gotta, okay, where are we at time wise? Uh-oh. So I'm at almost 4:15. Number 4. Number 6 for the day. Number 4 out here. Number 5. Get my fingers over there. So one thing I do notice is the fish out here feel warmer, which means that the water is probably warmer. Oh, thought I had another one. 5 more minutes. It's sort of like making a birdie putt here. You can't leave it short, so I gotta cover the water. Okay, get off. Gotta be getting close. Oh, there it is. Okay. That's it, time to head in. Okay, so that wraps up day 5 of the May Fishing Challenge. So yeah, I think that just, at least for me, that was a real quick illustration of this lake is much better in many ways than the other lake that I was at. I don't know, it's always fun to catch fish, right? And especially if you're standing in the rain for 2 hours. I don't know, as I was sitting there, I felt like that rock wall, although it's newer, was real similar to this one. It should have held fish, and I should have been able to catch them with a couple of the approaches that I was using. And I appreciate you watching. You know, it's been a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to how many other fish I might catch, because however many this was today, 7, 8, 9, you know, that's fish that I wouldn't have caught otherwise, because you know, we have plans tonight. There's no way I would have come out fishing for 2.5 hours on a cold, rainy May Friday afternoon. So appreciate the support, appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.